Hey, it's Courier Girl, and it's time for another question and answer video. Today's question comes from GAMissy James, and she asks, will you do a video on what's needed? More specifically, is commercial insurance needed? What supplies do you need? Should I buy a barcode scanner? And I think this is somebody who is not yet in the courier business and looking at getting into it. And I had these questions too, like, I'm going to be a courier. What do I need? And I talked to a couple people who had been in the courier business for a while and got different pieces of advice. And then I talked to the person who I was actually going to be working for, and he said, don't worry about it until you get started, because each job requires something different. Now, for insurance, you basically need what the courier company tells you need. So they will tell you what their insurance requirements are, and then you can check with your insurance provider and make sure that you meet those requirements. They're usually not that difficult. Sometimes you need commercial insurance, sometimes you don't, sometimes you need cargo insurance, sometimes you don't. It depends on the locality where you are. Different states and cities have different requirements, and it also depends on the type of vehicle you're driving and the job you're doing. So don't worry about going out and getting anything until you know what job you're going to be doing. So on supplies, the same thing. I didn't get any supplies at first, and then I started getting supplies as I needed them. If I were to say one thing that everybody or almost everybody's going to need is probably a two-wheeler or a dolly. You can get a little fold-up one at, Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere like that. They're like 30, 35 bucks. And as long as you're not doing super heavy work, that will be perfect. You can fold it up, you can keep it in the back of your vehicle. I have mine bungeed behind my seat, and it's been perfect for me. Other people might want a cart, like a four-wheel cart instead of that, or a bigger dolly, or one that converts to a cart. It really depends on the job you're doing. So again, other than getting like that two-wheeler, that lightweight two-wheeler that I was just talking about, which by the way is good for all sorts of things, not just courier work. I've even used it to haul like boxes into the house of groceries and stuff like that. I wouldn't worry about getting supplies. Do you need a scanner? No. Most courier companies, if you have to have a scanner, they will provide it. If most of them work off of phone apps, so you just need a smartphone and you can scan right from your phone. That's pretty much how I do everything that I need a scanner for. I've never needed a separate scanner. And you also wouldn't want to get a scanner because you don't know what they're going to need. Even if they did need a scanner, it would be specific to the software they're using. So don't worry about that. Other supplies that I keep on me is rubber bands. I have a bag of rubber bands that I keep, and I have used it before. I have some large clear plastic bags, kind of the size of regular garbage can bags, but they're clear plastic and they're pretty cheap. And I will use those to put the boxes inside if it's raining and if I have to leave them outside. So I have a couple rolls of those. I don't even remember where I got them. And it's maybe not even necessary, but that's just something that I do. Let's see, what else do I do? As far as actual courier supplies, I have some paper clips. I have a file box in the back of my van that has copies of like my mileage log, manifests, things like that. I have Scotch tape, I have a scissors. So really basic stuff. You never know when you're going to need that. Do I have a box cutter knife in here? I don't think so, but I've never needed one for this particular job. You might need it for your job. So you don't have to have any of this at the beginning. These are just practical supplies that you might get along the way, and you might get things that are specific to the type of work you're doing, and you'll know that once you get into it. You'll be driving along and you'll be like, oh, I wish I had this. And then you get it, you add it to your car or van, and then you've got it for the next time and you go on. And there might be other things that you get and you never use. So yeah, so that's the answer to that question. I hope that was helpful. I hope that makes your courier experience even better, and I will see you on the road.